Welcome to National News at Noon, coming to you live from Winchesterton Fieldville, Iowa, with Chat Mansfield. Barb Wawa. Maria Carmen. Jordan Welch. Courtney Guffey. Emmy Dover. And Bailey McDonald. And that's a wrap. Oh, we're going over the top.
We can move it.
So.
Hello, generic announcer man.
Hi, how are you doing?
Do you like announcing?
I love announcing.
What's your wife's name?
My wife's name is Jill.
What's your favorite color?
Kinklabing.
Ooh, that's my favorite color too.
Kinklabing?
Yeah, kinklabing is my favorite one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Welcome to National News at Noon. I'm Barb Wawa, and this is my co-anchor, Chet Mansfield. Nice haircut, Chet.
Why, thank you, Barb. Speaking of that, I got you this lovely blackmail rose.
Thank you so much.
Oh, don't mention it. Our top story today, the Garbage Services Director, Mr. Alan Burgess of Bear Creek, Montana, is being convicted of money laundering after an IRS audit revealed financial discrepancies in his personal finances, as well as some lost funds in the Garbage Services Department.
This all coming out during his hospitalization, the result of a furious bear attack while he was on his way to Kevin, Montana, to see his mistress to deliver his dirty money, $25 that was found in the heel of his shoe. The taxpayers pay this man to keep their streets clean when his own hands are quite dirty. And now we cut to meteorologist Courtney Guffey for today's look at the weather.
Thanks, Barb. Today we'll start off with the forecast in Florida. If you live in the hurricane-infested Panhandle, you can expect mid-80s and partly sunny skies. Speaking of Florida, rumor has it that the new Miami baseball team will be called Humidity, so that fans of Florida will not be able to say, it's the heat that's so bad, it's the humidity. Now to California. If you reside in the sunny state, prepare for some miserable mist. Fog is also expected to be in abundance. Here's a little humor for all the California residents. What happens when the fog lifts? UCLA. For all those busy and hard-working politicians heading to work with our tax dollars, it looks like Washington, D.C. is going to get some snow. You can expect about 4 to 5 inches of the little white flakes. The high will be about 50 degrees and the low is stationed at 45. For all those busy politicians I mentioned earlier, here's a little humor before you spend your day in that comfy chair. The U.S. has only 3 hurricane warning centers. All 3 have faced Category 4 hurricanes in the past month, which only goes to show that if you build it, they will come. Texas is a state where everything's bigger, right? Not in this case. I hope they won't see any of the snow that D.C. is getting. Right now, this forecast is showing blazing sunshine all day. Don't expect any reprieve from the sun's rays, as a few clouds will be in the sky for Texas, for the state is expected at 95 for a high and a low at 90. I really hope you don't plan on visiting Wyoming soon. According to Yoda, the forecast, sleet is in. Better to take your umbrellas. For those of you that live in the miserably cold state of Minnesota, today will probably be a little warmer than normal. It's still snowing, but hey, what's new? The high is at 40, and today's low is at 25 degrees. Thank you for your time today, and if you know anything about weather, this will probably all change in the next hour, and I will once again be proven wrong. But thanks for your time anyway. Back to you, Barb.
Thank you, Courtney. Breaking news, we cut to a live feed of the President of the United States bound and sitting in an unidentified location.
Mrs. Wawa, what I am about to say will affect everyone on this planet. I possess information that has the capabilities to prolong the existence of the human race itself. I have been kidnapped to prevent the sharing of this information, but when I convince these men behind me that this information will save their very skins. Now listen closely.
Mr. President, hold on one moment. We have a very important news story that has just come to our attention. Our Stana The albino seagull that flies around Miami Beach has just asexually laid eggs. She has faced a lot of discrimination through her years because she is albino. None of the other seagulls would ever give her the time of day. She often had to go build nests all by herself and get her own food. Who's laughing now, seagulls? Arstana. That's who.
Despite all of this, she still manages to be a caring mother. What a rich, compelling story. It's time to hear from our field reporter, Bailey McDonald, who has some interesting information to share.
Thanks, Barb. I'm reporting live view from Livonia, Missouri about the alien invasion, as you can tell. As you can see, there aren't many people left, and the town looks like a dump. They done a lot of damage, and from what I hear from my buddies, if we don't give them all the women, they will do a lot more. Yes, they want our women, Barb. Our women. They told the U.S. that they needed the women or they will destroy every last one of us human beings. I will keep you guys updated. Back to you, Barb.
Thanks, Bailey. Now we bring back to the President of the United States. Mr. President, please continue.
No, Mr. President.
Hold that thought, Mr. President. We have a breaking news story that just cannot be ignored. Mrs. Burgess, Alan Burgess's wife, from our top story, is now... Oh, what is that? Fighting Mr. Burgess's mistress in the street of Kevin, Montana? We cut to live feed of this fight with our field reporter, Jordan Welch.
Are there any visible wounds, Jordan?
Are the law enforcement services intervening?
I'm gonna rock your world! I'm gonna cut you to pieces! I'm gonna teach you some manners! I'm gonna paint you a picture! I'm gonna pack your bag! I'm gonna hang you out to dry! I'm gonna hit you with this ruler! I'm gonna tear you to pieces! Freaking do it! Back to you, Barb.
Well, okay then. And now for a look at sports with our quirky sportscaster, Billy Bob. Take it away, Billy.
Thanks, Barb. I'm here with Lance Harbor and Charlie Tweeter, the members of the high school football team, the Midgets. You guys played a good game tonight, 66-7. What a fantastic game, boys. You think you'll be able to make the playoffs this year?
You want to see the new Tweeter touchdown dance? You want to know what it's called?
What?
The new Tweeter touchdown dance.
There goes Tweeter again, folks. Lance, what did you think of tonight's game?
Well, Billy Bob, I think it went pretty well. Just because we could have won it with more points and all, but it went all right.
Well, there you have it, folks. Lance thinks his team needs to play harder next week. Well, thank you, and see you next week at the game versus the Coyotes. Back to you, Barb.
I thought that was over.
It is over, I swear.
A little more score on the board indeed, Billy Bob. In other news, Kanye West has just announced his official candidacy for President of the United States in the 2016 presidential election. When asked what the goals for his presidency would be, Kanye West replied, "There's only one way this country needs to go, and that's west." Sorry, Kanye, but with you as president, this country can only go south. And now for the entertainment report with correspondent Eileen Dover.
Thanks, Chet. Breaking news. Totally insane celebrity baby names. Really creative or borderline child abuse? You decide. We're kind of on the fence on this one. Wyatt's a boy's name, and their baby is a girl. But naming a girl a boy name is not that uncommon, really. but we've never heard of a girl named Wyatt, which makes it weird or creative. Like we said, on the fence. Now, for volleyball player Carrie Walsh's kids are uniquely named. Her first son, with Cassie Jennings, is named Joseph. Her second son, Sundance. Is it just me, or is Sundance more appropriate for a My Little Pony name than a boy? And don't even get me started on Kim and Kenny's daughter, Northwest. Back to you, Chet.
Thanks, Eileen. According to credible sources, Dr. Wizard has announced and is now promoting a new weight loss supplement pill. He claims that this new pill works in tandem with slow metabolisms to accelerate, alleviate, and approximate weight by taking it with the parathyroid glands of a mongoose every 6 to 48 hours. In unrelated news, Dr. Wizard just published a new book called Why People Believe Every Word I Say and Become All the Richer for It. Sorry, Dr. Wizard, but I think it's time for you to go back to Oz.
And now for a look at the movies with our movie critic, Maria Carmen.
Today I'm reviewing a classic, Twilight. It's more or less a joke, but let's be real. Going back and rewatching these movies really makes you remember how bad of an idea it was to turn them into movies. The books were okay. The lighting in this movie makes everyone look sick, and the acting makes me feel sick. Kristen Stewart, her face, let's not even get onto that. And Rob Pattinson, he just doesn't want to be there. I just can picture himself every day repeating, I was once the great Cedric Diggory. The only way they could have saved these movies is if they just got rid of the main characters and focused on Charlie, the town sheriff, found out his best friend and the town doctor were mythical beings, and went on adventures killing evil stuff. That would be something I could enjoy.
I like the part where he sparkles. CEO Tim Cook of Apple revealed the iPhone 57 today, a mere 20 minutes after revealing the iPhone 56. In fact, we have a special guest right here on set. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Tim Cook.
Tell us, Tim, how did you manage to create this revolutionary product?
Thanks, Barb. Unfortunately, Mr. Cook could not be here today after a serious medical issue prevented him from boarding our connecting flight from Baltimore. Anyway, the trick is in our new product. It's just taking the hardware out of our last device, giving it a good hard look, and shoving it into the new device. This one was especially difficult, but we managed. Once again, we have given American what they wanted, without America even knowing what they wanted. Pure genius.
Well, I, for one, have already bought my very own iPhone 57. And on another note, would anyone like to buy an iPhone 56? Now, another special report with Jordan Welch.
Barb, I'm in downtown Baltimore and the mayor has declared a martial law. Zombie sightings everywhere. Grab your honey, grab your kids. Ain't nobody got time for zombies. Nobody! And I can't... Nobody!
That's what you get for meddling with my Mansfield. That has been your National News at Noon. I'm Barb Wawa.
And I'm Chet Mansfield. Brush your teeth!